Hello, and welcome to our second presentation on electoral insights in the lead up to the 2024 national election. As per our presentation last week, my name is Hunter, and I'm joined by my colleague Molebokeng. Let's dive right in. Looking at a high-level overview of our data, in the period from the 1st to the 11th of February, we recorded 252,000 mentions related to the electoral conversation online. Of these, an incredible 90% were retweets, indicating a preference for sharing content as opposed to producing original posts. The secondary visualization, the trend map below, showcases which topics received attention throughout the period. Moving from the left-hand or fading side of the chart, the beginning of the period was predominantly centered around discussion related to the voter registration weekend, which was held on the 3rd and 4th of February. Thereafter, conversation began to trend toward the State of the Nation address, before consolidating around Stage 6 load shedding and the EFF's manifesto launch. With regard to insightful content from our segmentation, we noted concerns shared by individuals locally and within the diaspora. One insight we have drawn from this period is that individuals are most likely to share barriers they face in registering and voting directly under posts from the IEC, as opposed to creating original posts. On the local side, we recorded mentions concerning accessibility of in-person voting stations over the weekend, for individuals whose work schedules may not allow them to make their way to a station to register. Furthermore, we noted concerns around the impact of load shedding on individuals' safety if they opt to head to a registration station in the evening, as well as a concern around the election not being advertised heavily toward the youth, or that the content which is produced is not reaching the youth through channels they are familiar with. While the posts selected here are low traction, we will endeavor to keep an eye out for further expressions of barriers facing the youth. Shifting our attention toward concerns from the diaspora, we noted frustration with the election date still not having been proclaimed, issues related to online registration, and concerns around the vast distances necessary to reach a voting station abroad. In our upcoming fact sheet, we have integrated responses from the IEC and recommendations around these points, namely that voting stations abroad are restricted through legislation and not by the IEC. Conversation concerning disillusionment provided interesting perspectives on the election and the South African democratic system as a whole. Most notably, we would like to highlight the post to the top left, which uses images from the Battle of Isandlwana to locate democracy as a colonial construct. In response to this post, we have included food for thought on a quote from Claude Ake's 1991 essay, Rethinking African Democracy. In summary, the portion of the essay drawn out contrasts pre-colonial governance practices with modern democracy in the African context. The full essay engages with a broader variety of issues, but this particular paragraph, we believe, speaks to an invitation, allowing individuals to imagine the democratic context through their histories and lived experiences, and which invites people to reimagine a democracy which reflects their realities. Please feel free to pause the presentation if you'd like to read the full excerpt. Indeed, democracy as a form of a political state provides the means for individuals to engage in this reimagining, and we believe highlighting this opportunity is important in attempting to address this form of disillusionment. The other selections on this slide highlight disillusionment in the context of voting not being a vehicle for change, and concerns around the free and fair nature of our electoral system. I'll now hand over to my colleague Lebo to share a few more insights and to close out the presentation.
One of the key sentiments under political alignment is that voting won't change anything. We noted high engagement on a post stating that corruption is embedded in the spirit of South Africans and that voting the ANC out will not mean an end to corruption. As you'll see on your screen, some individuals expressed that corruption is a morality issue. There was also a strong sentiment that South Africans only hate corruption if they are not the ones benefiting from it. Concerns about coalitions continue to surface under political alignment this week, with online South Africans having varying opinions on whether coalitions are beneficial. While some believe that the collaboration of opposing parties is needed to vote the ANC out, others express that coalitions only work for a certain period of time and that once the goal of removing the ANC is achieved, each party will focus on serving its own interest. President Cyril Ramaphosa's rendition of Dintswalo's life since 1994 in the State of the Nation address received mixed reactions online. Ramaphosa described Dintswalo as a child born at the dawn of democracy, living in a house provided by government, while having access to free basic education, water, and electricity. Under the category of performance evaluations, we noted sentiments from some users who described Dintswalo's reality as similar to their own, and others who accused Ramaphosa of failing to mention the deterioration of public services and resources under a democratic South Africa. We continue to track mis- and disinformation in the online elections conversation. This week, we noted recurring sentiments that the ANC is giving illegal foreigners IDs so they can vote for them. This could cause some contestation during the post-election phase, especially if the ANC wins. The DA shared a post in which they indicated that their party had outperformed the ANC in terms of new registrations. This post prompted calls from concerned citizens for the IEC to dispel it as misinformation, as no party affiliation must be expressed when registering. In response, the IEC indicated that registered voters are not required to disclose who they will be voting for. As my colleague previously noted under individual and administrative barriers, we noted a significant volume of responses to IEC posts. We recorded concerns about the timing of the proclamation of the election, as well as the distances required to travel to embassies in the case of South Africans living abroad. To address this, we recommend sharing messaging that focuses on providing clarity on when and where citizens abroad will be able to vote. We also recommend getting ahead of accusations that inadequate numbers of voting stations are being provided abroad by making the public aware of legislative restrictions. A portion of online South Africans resonate with the idea that corruption will not end once the ANC is voted out. Posts expressing variations of this sentiment received high engagement during the research period. The notion that voting won't change anything is a serious threat. To address this, we recommend messaging that reminds people that for a democracy to work for its people, an active citizenry that participates in all democratic processes, whether elections or civic engagement, is crucial. To address debates on whether coalitions and multi-party charters would be beneficial, we recommend messaging that unpacks the positives and negatives of coalition governance. This allows individuals to come to their own conclusions and in turn may support them in identifying a party which can motivate them to come out to the polls on election day. There's also a need to highlight the opportunity to vote for independent candidates who can enter parliament without any party affiliation. We recommend messaging that speaks directly to claims that foreigners are being mobilized to skew the vote. This is an important issue given the history of xenophobic violence that has flared up in South Africa. We'd also like to reiterate from our previous report, we need to dispel the current disinformation that is embedded in the conversation around Jacob Zuma and the new MK party to ensure that it does not grow into a material threat to the running of the elections as well as their results. Thank you.